a pound off. But I guess AB just, like, he outgrown the weight class, like I said last night. He probably trained hard as hell to get to where he was at, and then just felt like he couldn't do no more as far as to get the rest of the weight off. So at the same time, he also made that 50,000 plus more back just off the fight. So
I just wonder if he has in fact grown out of 140. I don't see his power really traveling with him. And at 147, what does he do at 147? I just don't see him as a mover and shaker at the 147, especially with Crawford getting ready to get up there, or is there? Like I said, the aforementioned Danny Garcia is already up there. Earl Spence Jr. is coming along.
I think at the 147 weight class, Adrian Broner will have to basically more so work on his actual boxing instead of standing in front of a person.
Right.
Like work on his lateral movement and everything like that to show his boxing skills, because like you said, with them type fighters, like you're not going to be able to sit in front of them and not take no punches. Especially with Earl Spence and
Keith Thurman's of the world,
like,
Porter, and we already saw the Porter fight. So I just think, like, I'd be more impressed if he said, like, you're working with your nutritionist, I know, and it just seems like it would be the smart move for him to try to be more disciplined in his craft and making weight. That's one thing I always, there's detractors out there for Floyd. Floyd stayed in excellent shape, didn't go up too much in between fights, and never messed up his business except for the one time really with Juan Manuel Marquez when he came in heavy after he'd been off for a while. But other than that, I just don't really appreciate AB's discipline to his craft and to the profession. And I just don't think, what does he do after boxing? I mean, if he doesn't maximize his money in the fight game, what else is there to do for him? So,
I mean, with AB, like with him at a young age, he already starting off like with the About Billions promotion and everything like that. So he definitely got his head in the right area.
And I wasn't aware of that till you just put me on to that. So,
okay. Yeah, he definitely got his head in the right area as far as like making his money work for him.
Okay.
So he definitely got an income coming in as far as like outside of him just fighting. He put in the fighters that's with him on at the same time while he doing his own thing. So he definitely got that looking ahead of him. Like you said, at the same time too, like working with a nutritionist and everything like that. If I could get a nutritionist, and I'm not fighting for $1 million checks right now and everything, I know he could get one. It's just basically like, and I know he got the discipline as far as like what to eat and what not to eat and everything like that. It's hard, but at the same time, it's worth it when you get your hand raised at the end of a fight. You feel me? Like everything pays off that we go through for training camp.
And that 50,000 that he just gave Theophane, that's a nutritionist right there.
Right, that's a car.
Exactly. Exactly. A nice top of the line car for working dudes like myself. But nah, man, I thought Theophane was getting ready to make a little bit of a comeback. I think he was kind of looking live for about a round and a half, and then Broner turned it up a little bit and got him up out of there. We did go into it last night about the stoppage being a little premature, but Theophane didn't seem to complain that much afterwards. So we move on, and Broner calls out Mayweather. With Mayweather, 15 feet away or something. I thought it was odd that the telecast went off without trying to get back to Floyd for a rebuttal after being challenged. But any chance in the world that fight gets made sometime later in 2016, Mayweather-Broner?
Honestly, man, when he called out Floyd, it was April Fool's. So I was thinking he was going to say, like, with AB being him, I thought he was going to say April Fool's at the end of it or whatever the case might be. But at the same time, like, what he was saying was actually, like, real. like as far as like you can't downplay somebody that look at you as a big brother or look up to you as a role model or whatever the case might be, because some of the stuff that Floyd was saying and these interviews that he did have and was mentioning AB, I thought it was just as far as like selling tickets and everything like that. But after like hearing Adrian Broner reply to these interviews and everything like that, you could tell it was kind of like more so past the whole trying to sell tickets thing. Like you could tell everything was getting a little too personal. Like as far as like where we from in Ohio, like Twin said, like we don't do that type stuff. Like we don't play like that. So like he said, like you either got to see, like you got to see me, whether it's a sparring session or it's a fight. Like it got to happen. Like at the end of the day, he's a man. You feel me? Like you can't downplay a man and not expect that man to stand up for himself, and especially a boxer. Like one boxer can't downplay another boxer without one of the other fighters saying like, "Well, glove up," like something of that sort. Like so. I don't.
The whole dog pound or whatever they call it.
Right, the dog house.
The dog house.
Like it's like a Chihuahua not gonna go fight a pit bull. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to know the limits of that type of stuff. But me personally, I don't think they gonna fight. If they do fight, it's gonna be just to get like a payday or something. Just same way with the Andre Berto versus Mayweather fight. I feel like that was just to get another black man paid or whatever the case might be. But like I said, I think with that fight, it'll be basically watching the same fighter fight himself, because both of them got similar fight style. With Adrian Broner, he basically took certain things from Floyd's style and tweaked it to fit his style. So it'll be like a mimic of Floyd. Like so, it's gonna be a real technical match. It'll be like a chess match, but I don't think it'll be too explosive or anything like that. Me personally, but
I mean, I think Floyd wins easily if it does happen. It's just the fact that Floyd's offense has been limited the last 2 or 3 years as far as his output is only going to be what he wants it to be.
Right.
And so I'm just wondering, will we really see some of the clean shots that we saw 3 or 4 years ago when he would go to work on a fighter, where really he didn't do that type of stuff against Berto. I mean, he did lump Berto up a little bit, but we didn't see a whole bunch of necks. It was one big uppercut, I believe, in the last round or two. It was like one. But that's what I'm saying. Who wants to? I don't want to watch a 12-round fight and there's like 2 big moments, like you said, 2 big explosive moments. I don't want to see that.
Like with that matchup, I definitely don't see many explosive moments anyway. Like,
and I don't see Broner.
With both of them, they both hard to hit anyway, so it's not going they going to have a hard time landing a clean punch on each other.
Right.
I mean, more so with Adrian Broner having a hard time landing a clean punch on Floyd, but like either way it go, they both still hard to hit. They both, like, their body movement is on point. Their eyes work good as heck as far as like timing and everything like that. So it'll be a pretty boring fight if you ask me.
I think so. Once again, this is the Pay Me No Mind show with your host Wood. I'm live. Not like this is being aired right now, but Prime Performance Boxing Gym outside of right in the outskirts of downtown Ohio, Dayton, Ohio. Talking with my man Jeff the Nightmare Camp. We're getting ready to get into what's coming up for you in the next month or so, but one reason I'm glad you came back on, because obviously it's a big fight this weekend with Pacquiao and Bradley, another pay-per-view, and we can add that to the discussion. So this is rumored to be Pacquiao's last fight. I don't know how much I believe that, but this is fight number 3, I believe, for Pacquiao and Bradley. What's your anticipation on this, man? What are you taking a look at for this matchup?
Why is they fighting again?
Exactly.
I don't even think the last 2 fights was even worth watching for real. And then the first fight, it was a clear robbery. Like, How Pacquiao won 11 to 12 rounds and he lost the fight. But at the same time, like, I guess they doing it as far as like a grudge match type thing,
right? Because
they both won one of the 2 fights. But I'm not too fond of the whole rematch thing with them too. So I haven't honestly been tuned into it for real.
Agree. We're not gonna spend a lot of time on this one because I have not been keeping up with it. It's just been a rough couple of months for Pacquiao. Obviously coming off the labrum surgery and the rehab for that. Then he messed around and got in trouble with the LGBT community, and Nike dropped him. So it's just like one of those situations where a star in the sports world, you know, over the course of a few months have that, use a big word just for the simple fact of a big word, but that precipitous drop from being elite with the Hennessy commercials. I never did hear if Hennessy released him or not. But like I said, he lost the Nike commercial or the Nike endorsement, and they were swift with it. I mean, the next day they were like, "Yo, bruh, we need those sneakers back." And I think I saw him a couple of weeks ago. He had on either Adidas or Under Armour or something or whatever. But I just was like, it's a different world for this dude. And it just seems like the build up to the fight has been hampered because it seems like he's not that smiling, good mannered, good natured guy that he's been in the run ups to these last, this last 8 years worth of fights. So it just seemed like this fight was kind of rolled out awkwardly. Really, the only thing, let's be real about it, the only thing that we're taking a look at is the inclusion of Teddy Atlas. Is that going to have a profound impact on Bradley and what he could do against Pacquiao?
Right. I mean, no matter what a fighter is going through, like, it's hard to actually channel out the outside world from that men in the ring world. But it's only time will tell when they match up, when they step in the ring. We'll be able to see if Pacquiao is the real Pacquiao or if he's got something on his mind or whatever the case might be, because that Nike deal, I'm pretty sure, is bringing in a lot of money. And then at the same time, ain't no telling what else actually stopped going towards him because of what all happened, what was said and everything. Like, and I'm learning right now, like, that when you're dealing with certain sponsors and everything like that, well, when you're dealing with a sponsor, period, certain stuff you just can't say on social media and everything like that. Like, because I done posted a couple things on my social media and I done got phone calls, text messages and everything, like, delete that.
I meant to ask you about that on the last visit. Like, you a wild boy on social media sometimes, and I like to joke around myself, but I'm not representing anybody. But I've seen there's some of the strip club references and some different things. I'm like, I mean, like, what's Camp doing right there?
Like, me, I'm one of the ones, like, I actually don't like to act like somebody I'm not. Right. Like, I want everybody to know Jeff. Like you to know the nightmare and everything, like, as far as, like, with the boxing world and everything like that. But when y'all run into me outside of the ring, I don't want y'all to think that I'm still in my fighting mentality. Like, I don't want y'all to think that I'm always thinking about boxing or nothing like that. Like, I'm young. I like to have fun. I like to still go out, kick it, party, whatever the case might be. It's to a minimum, but, like, I don't do it, like, every weekend. I don't do it every day. But when I do it, it's to make myself feel good. Like, enjoy life. Like,
you gotta enjoy the success that you guys.
Yeah, like, I'm working hard as hell. Like, I don't want to be like all uptight about everything. Like, I don't want to be
and be inauthentic.
Yeah, I mean, when I do get the phone calls and text messages and everything, like, I think about it like dang, I didn't think about it before I posted this. I should have reworded it. I should have worded it different or whatever the case might be. So I do either delete it or I, like, take it down and post it again, just reword it or whatever the case might be. But at the same time, like, I just want the fans to know Jeff. Like, I don't want them to think that I'm stuck up or, like, just uptight about everything or whatever the case. Like, act like something I'm not. Like, that's one thing that I won't be able to do.
I will say, I don't really judge you on any of that because, like you said, you should be having fun at the career that you're embarking upon. But I say, you do take the time to visit the local schools, encourage kids. I see it was 4 or 5 teenagers in here when I walked into the gym earlier. I'm assuming you were working with them before I got here, but you are accessible and approachable, and so I think you should be extended a little leniency to, laugh at some of the current